to sit there and say that the UK boxing fans aren't the best boxing fans in the world. Honestly,
they're better than the Mexican boxing fans. No.
Yes, they are. No disrespect. No disrespect to my Mexican brothers, but they fly all over the world. 20,000 people will come over here.
Go to Mexico and say something negative about Chavez in the middle of Mexico City.
What do you think? I'm nuts?
I gotta agree with Beeb on this because the loyalty and the money they'll spend and the way they'll follow. None of us do that. Not the Americans. We damn sure not jumping.
Check this out, D. When they're selling 1.6 pay-per-view buys over there in a country of 65 million people, right? We got 350 million people, right? And we do like 2 million or whatever. Them doing 1.6 is the equivalent of us doing like 5 million, D.
Bro,
because of the size of their country. I'm sorry, Rob. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You good, man.
Go ahead. My bad. This adrenaline. Once this adrenaline starts.
Once you get hyped, you can't calm the beast down.
Once this adrenaline starts flowing, man, I'm like the beast from the X-Men. The adrenaline starts flowing.
Every major fight in Mexico is on free TV. I've lived in Mexico. They're all on free TV. And Dillian White is a multi-millionaire because his pay-per-views do huge numbers in the UK, and he's not even a world champion.
He's doing 800,000 pay-per-view buys on the regular. He can be fighting anybody.
Well, it's quiet. I have to disagree with Joe that Mexican fans don't spend money on the level of the UK fans. In Vegas, when Canelo was king of Las Vegas, you will never see more wealthy Mexicans from Mexico in Las Vegas. Private jets flying family fulls of Mexicans, wealthy Mexicans, to see Canelo Alvarez. And they're equally spending the same amount of money in suites, penthouses that they – I mean, it's a boatload of money that people will spend on Canelo.
More than the UK, though, Dave?
Well, see, Dave,
the UK fans are exceptional as well. They are exceptional. I've seen them in full force in Las Vegas, whether it's
30,000, Dave. 30,000 flying over here, Dave. 30,000 people, Dave.
Dave, not only that, Dave, I agree with Dave, but look at what you say. You got the rich versus the average schmo. Like the average schmo, the average English fan, they'll save up their pence and their shillings, and they'll save that money up to get to that fight, fam.
This is why
Dangerous D. 30,000 people, Dangerous D. That's a sellout in MSG. That's a sellout in MSG.
Check out. Whoa. Check this out.
I gotta calm down. Give me a Valium.
Right? You think the UK is the only spot in the world where boxing fans spend money to go see fights?
They're the best fans in the world. Come on, it's not even close. They're the best fans. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying they're not.
I love the Mexican people. I love the Mexican people, but I'm just being. I got to be honest. I'm American, and I'm saying the UK fans are better than American fans.
Bro, shout out to Carlos Teodoro. That's the name of my grandfather from Mexico. Okay, but I'm gonna say this. I was at the Andy Ruiz Anthony Joshua fight right here at the Garden. I went to the weigh-in. Sorry.
Tell him, Milcard. Let him know the truth.
They were literally.
That's not a fair comparison.
There were literally 10,000 UK fans.
Whoa!
For the
this is a big one, Elizabeth.
For the weigh-in, the only Mexican flags being flown that day.
After Milcar Raw goes, but go ahead.
People in Andy Ruiz's entourage. And again, shout out to Carlos Teodoro, my granddad, but that's the facts.
All right. Well,
I think we're not looking at this the right way. And here's why. We're focused on the big fights, right? But if we generalize as far as like a fan base supporting a sport, in my opinion, you'll rarely find people like Mexicans. Here's why. I'm not focused on pay-per-view stars. I'm not focused on, and here's why. You can put 2 taxi cab drivers to fight in a stadium in Mexico right now, and I guarantee you, 1 fight per week, every single weekend, that fight will be that venue will be packed. Another thing, I've never seen female boxing being supported as they do in Mexico. You see any female boxing in Mexico, the venues are packed completely. You see mediocre fights, the venues are packed. You see there's actually Emil. I don't know if you know these Cubans. Giovanni Bruzon, who lives right now in Tamaulipas, Mexico. He did. This is a Cuban kid, okay, who did his professional debut in Mexico, and my goodness, I mean, I don't see if we're going to be focused on major pay-per-view stars, then duh. But boxing overall, you go to UK and you put 2 cab drivers per week, once a week, for the rest of the year. You will not sell them every day.
All right, but here's my thing, Raw, and I'll ask you to answer this.
The highest paid fighters are Mexican, brother.
Time out, D-Style. Okay. How many stadium fights have you seen in Mexico in the past 2 decades?
Venues, not necessarily stadiums.
No, that's a good metrics. We're talking about masses and seats. We're talking about Wembley Stadium. We're talking about the stadium, the Olympic Stadium. We're talking about the West Ham Stadium where David Hay knocked out Chisora. How many stadium fights, D-Style, have you seen in Mexico in the last 2 decades?
Hold up for 1 second. You want to talk about female boxing?
Hold up. Joe,
name another female fighter that's making 1 million, 1.2 million a fight. Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor's only one.
Hold on. Because
she's only one. She's in UK.
One at a time. One at a time. Go ahead, Raw. Raw, go ahead.
You're not going to go there because I'm not referring to what a fighter makes. And I've had this conversation with female boxers from Mexico as well. Like the unfair treatment. The unfair treatment that the female boxers getting in Mexico has nothing to do whether the fans support or not. That's 2 separate arguments. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
That's not true. That's a totally inaccurate statement. Because you don't make $1.2 million if no one's coming to see you fight. That's just basic. That's economics. That's basic economics.
I clearly stated in Mexico. You're not hearing that. I understand Katie makes that because she puts butts on the seats. But these girls in Mexico put butts on the seats and they're not getting paid that. That doesn't mean that because they're not making 1.2 million.
That's the zone.
I don't see British beers. I don't see British beers in those corners.
I
don't see half-naked women with British beers holding up cards and shit. I don't see that.
That the zone card last week had 2 female fights on it.
Yes, it did.
2 female fights. 2 female fights that got a lot of attention.
Look,
one of them was the co-main event. Look at all these female. Look at all these female fights we're getting on the DAZN right now. They're being televised to us on the DAZN.
No, you don't even need to go to TV. We don't. Which is a great point. We don't need to go to purses. Also a great point.
You're out of your mind right now.
Hold up. Let me finish.
The Mexican fan base has been the heartbeat of this sport for a long, and you guys know that. Stop being ridiculous.
Let me finish my point. I'm probably the only person on this panel that watches Mexican football on the regular. I watch Pumas, okay? I watch America. I watch Chivas. I watch Cruz Azul. I watch Tigres. They got a ton of fucking stadiums in Mexico.
Los Indios, you watch them too?
I'm still waiting for the answer to my question. When is the last time you've seen a stadium fight? How many stadium fights have taken in Mexico?
I got the answer for you. Here's the cold, hard truth. All of the best Mexican fighters fight in the United States. That's why.
See, D-Style's confusing 2 things.
So Canelo couldn't sell out Azteca? Is that what you're telling me right now? If he wanted to, he couldn't do that.
Wouldn't be able to make the same money as he would selling out at friggin' Dallas.
Well, neither does Fury. Fury fights here, so that's irrelevant.
What I'm telling you is this:
Fury's a legend.
D-Style's confusing.
Fury's a legend.
D-Style's confusing 2 things. D-Style is including Mexicans that live in the United States or people of Mexican descent from Mexican.
Shut the bullshit for a second.
Mexicans in Mexico. The reason Canelo fights in the United States is because he cannot make the amount of money he wants to make fighting in Mexico. The reason AJ doesn't have to fight in the United States is because he can make that money fighting in the UK.
I mean, how many times Canelo was to fight in Mexico right now?
It's not his last fight.
Whoa,
you don't even need a calculator. You don't even need a calculator.
Yo, we're kind of all over the place. People need to hear one person at a time. Go ahead, Raw.
I'm saying I've been hearing the money conversation, and that's not even the place where I'm even caring to talk about, because hold on, I just started talking. I just need 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
Let him finish me. Go ahead.
Uninterrupted. 30 seconds uninterrupted.
You got that. You got that.
You got the floor, Rob. Go ahead.
Okay, so support the millions of dollars. Congratulations, right? But that still does not mean that Mexicans in Mexico don't support boxing like hell. Here's why. Canelo may not make the money that he may not make, that he might want to make in Mexico. Fine, cool. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Mexicans going to fights in Mexico, from the most irrelevant fight to the point that if tomorrow Canelo fought in Las Chivas Rayadas de Guadalajara Stadium, the stadium will be completely packed. Whether he makes the money or not, that's not even my argument. I'm talking about butts in the seats. Then we can talk about the economics. That's
But Raw, with all due respect, Raw, that's exactly what I was saying.
That's not what I was saying, though.
David Hay versus Derek Chisora took place in a stadium. Carl Frosch, okay? He fought in a stadium. It's not just AJ, all right? Even Tony Bellew took on an African dude for a cruiserweight title that most people have never even heard of. Makabu, he fought in a soccer stadium. This is not happening as much as, and no one's dogging Mexico or Mexico.
Rob. I think, Rob. This is the problem.
Debate. It's all good. You're just on the wrong side.
This is the problem. This is the problem, Rob. I got to get this in. It's so important. This is the problem, Rob. No one's questioning the passion and the desire that the Mexican fans have, but the UK fans have that as well. But they also bring the dollars with it, Rob. That's the difference. No disrespect.
You're out of your mind, Dave.
You're
out of your mind.
You can't pay your rent. You can't go to the bank and say, "Hey, I'm paying the rent with my heart today. I'm paying the rent with my passion today. I'm paying the rent with my desire today." You can't.
And they also take knees when they fight.
You got to go like this.
Let me just say this.
They want to see this, and if it's like nothing in
no. Okay, let's talk about that. No, whoa. That's it. Let me just get to the bottom of this shit right now, okay?
Go for it.
When they have Corona in the corner of those turnbuckles, who are they pandering to? Mexicans.
No, they're
Tecate. No, I'm gonna finish. You're gonna let me talk. Tecate. Well, what do you got? That's Mexicans, dude. They don't got no British beers up there. I see Tecate, I see Corona, I see Modelo, and freaking in the UK. That's where I see it. We got better fightery, and we fund the shit out of this sport. When I say it's in Texas, that's Mexican Americans funding the shit. It's not even close, dude. It just isn't. No person in their right mind, if they were asked, you could wipe one nation off of the earth, all right? And it would impact the sport of boxing. They would not pick Mexico over the UK. They would say, "Hey, UK, we love you, but we got to let you go." Okay?
You're anti-UK.
You're
anti-UK. You're anti-UK. I see you.
Money. You
were burning a Union Jack. You were burning a Union Jack in your backyard last week. You were burning a Union Jack in your backyard last week. I caught you.
Right. Boxing. Let me tell you something. Why does Canelo get paid the most? What's his core fan base be? What's his core fan base?
Honestly, you're not going to like the answer.
You're
not going to like the answer. You're not going to like the answer. He crossed over. The Americans love him. The Americans love him.
United States.
You're not going to like the answer.
Core base is the Mexican fan base.
You're not going to like the answer. You're not going to like the answer.
Now, I love the UK, but it ain't better than Mexico, brother.
When Canelo and Golovkin,
hold on. You want to talk women's boxing? It's only a matter of time.
Again,
it's only a matter of time. They're dominating the weight classes.
The B pulls out the balance sheet and looks at the numbers. So when Golovkin and Canelo sold 1.2 million pay-per-view buys in the United States.
Why did
you're not gonna tell me that the majority of those buys were not American.
Why do they have Tecate and freaking Mexican beers in the corners? Why is that the majority of the sponsors then?
I'm going to tell you
that question.
I'll tell you that right now.
The sponsors are stupid or what? They know what they're doing. Keno's watching, dude.
That's fine, but again.
Those white Americans are watching MMA. They're not watching boxing.
Okay, is Conte buying 1 million pay-per-view buys though, or are they just putting up a couple $100,000 for the sponsorship? How much do you think the sponsorship is? It's not going to generate more money than the pay-per-view buys will. Again, man, this is simple math. You don't even need a calculator. You don't even need a calculator.
Joe, that's not even the answer to the question. The answer to the question is you go to Mexico, you actually live in Mexico, which I have done twice. Most Mexicans don't drink Corona, dog. Those sales are not for Mexicans in Mexico.
So it's for white people in the U.S.? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. That's what
it's not, dude, because Mexican Americans do drink that.
That's what I've been saying the whole time. We're talking about Mexico. You're talking about Mexican Americans.
Hey, we're still the same people, brother, just on the different side of the border.
Same people. Okay. Same people.
Great. So then include everyone when you're talking about people from the UK. Exclude the Irish person.
Jed, I want to say this.
Can keep up with it.
Like, I just want to make sure you guys understand right now, okay? There's no doubt that the Latino fan base, not just Mexicans now.
So we're extending.
Okay, the Latino fan base has kept boxing alive in the United States. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
This is the best debate.
Okay, that's the truth. But I love the UK though. I really do. Like, I don't have an issue with the UK.
No, you burn the Union Jack. You burn the Union Jack. I've seen you do it.
Everybody wants to fight Mexican style. I never heard a fighter say, "Oh, I want to fight British style." I've never heard anyone say that.
We're talking about fighting styles now. That's about fight. The fans don't have fighting styles. The fans don't have fighting styles.
I think we're talking about two different arguments, and that's why we're not going to reach the common grounds on this, because one's talking about fans, passion, money, and I thought the initial argument was who supports boxing more.
That's what I thought.
That's what and my simple hold on, let me put the volume on my headphones up a bit. My simple thing is, regardless of how much money the country, the fans are bringing forward, I still don't think that if you put mediocre fights inside of a 10,000 people arena or 5,000 people arena every weekend, I doubt that the UK can handle that.
I disagree with that.
Then I'm a liar, bro.
Let me tell you this, Raw. When I see a fight on the level of a Tony Bellew Makabu fight,
how often do you see that, though, Emil? That's my point. How often?
They have a stadium fight usually once or twice a year.
Conor Ben. Conor Ben's a prospect, and he's selling out. He's selling the numbers he's doing.
Now watch this. Hold on. Now watch this. Let's backtrack to 2019 before COVID and look at Boxeo Estelar, Friday Night Boxing. What's the name of the Friday Night Boxing that they put through Telemundo? What's the name of that? Solo Boxeo in Mexico. Where people that fight there, 90% of them, we don't even know who they are, and they got horrible records. And when the cameras are pointed to the bleachers, what do you see? Not an empty single.
Let me just leave you with this point.
This is not.
You have a country with 65 million people in it, selling out stadiums 90,000, 100,000. That's number one. You got a country 65 million people that's doing on average. You got a guy like Dillian White doing 800,000. You got Tony Bellew doing almost 1 million. You got David Haye doing 1 million on a country with 65 million people. Now, when you do the math, right? What would that translate over to the population of the United States? That's the equivalent to the United States doing like 4 million, 5 million pay-per-views.
How often?
On the regular, Dillian White is still he's fighting guys like Povetkin and doing numbers.
Beep, I know that. But here's the thing, though.
Watch this, Beep, so you can see what I've been trying to say. I get what you're saying, Beep, but these guys are not fighting every weekend. When we're telling you Boxeo Azteca, we're talking about an every Friday night.
They put on more fights in Mexico. Mexican fighters fight more.
Now watch this. Aside from that, every weekend when you look at the bleachers, as before Corona, bro, Bro, sold. That's what I mean.
Irrefutable.
That's what I mean by the support. Now,
irrefutable.
If you want to bring in that the UK puts bigger venues, maybe not as often, but bigger, with bringing in more money, then that's not even my argument. That's something you can't.
What's crazy? You know what's crazy, Raw? You know what's crazy, Raw? But that a fight like Povetkin and White can draw so much attention. A fight like that, United States, no one would even care about that fight. That's what I'm trying to say.
But we also know the following: boxing is not a middle class sport; it's a poor man's sport. That's another thing I wanted to touch on really quick. Everybody knows that the minimum wage in Mexico is $3.50 an hour or some shit like that. Okay, I drive in the border. I see all the pueblos across the border, brother. Okay, there's a lot of poor people. There's a lot of poverty in Mexico. But they love boxing. They love boxing, brother. Like it's just something they love. They go to like the day fighting rinks and shit. Like they fill those up, man. Like they watch boxing religiously. We cannot just say, "Oh, well, look at the money." Well, first of all, nobody here has the figures as far as the money goes, because when Canelo fights, okay, when Marquez was fighting, the streets were fucking empty in Mexico City.
Well, let me tell you.
Let me chime in real quick, guys.
Yeah, let's go.
D-Style, the love. I'm just listening to you, brother, and the love of boxing. You got to realize something here too. I feel you with the dedication and the love of the Mexican people for boxing, but if you look at any sport, any country worldwide, and you look at a sport like boxing, where that shit was created at, bro, you got to understand these people are just as dedicated, fam. Like, let's keep it a beam. That's where the damn sport was created, and I understand the level of dedication.
I get it, but
hold on. Hear me out. Now I ain't said nothing. I just been sitting back listening to you guys.
Get him.
I get it with the level of dedication, but I've been to the UK as well. I think of Milcar as well. These people freaking love their boxing, fam. They are just as diehard and dedicated, and you're going more on. I don't want to go more on the level of how people love boxing. They love it over there, bro. They love it.
I know they love their sport in England.
It's like a religion to them, fam. Just like
no. Whoa. I know it is, but it's a debate, and I'm debating that Mexico loves it more. It's a debate. It's a show. Everybody loves it. There's no debate in the corners because. Okay, I'm just telling you right now that Mexico's where it's at.
I think the English love it.
Hold on, let me say this. I can guarantee, and I'm not going to try to sound arrogant here, but I'm pretty sure that I'm the only one on this panel that's been to multiple fights in both the UK and Mexico. I've been to pro fights in Cancun. I've been to pro fights in Mexico City. Okay? I've seen fights live in both places. The passion is not what we're debating here. The passion of fighters, of fight fans that go to these fights is par. It's equal. It's absolutely the same. There's no the fight fan that goes to a fight in Cancun versus the fight fan that goes to a fight in Liverpool. We're talking about the same people. They're cut from the same cloth. What I'm saying is that in the UK, every year you have multiple fights in stadiums. That can be Josh Warrington. That can be Kell Brook. That can be Tony Bellew. That can be David Hay. You name it. They have multiple stadium fights a year. And all due respect, they have those small shows in the UK. I've been to shows at Alexandra Palace. I've been to shows at other small venues in London. They get filled up too.
Then you obviously misunderstood me, because my thing wasn't whether there is show or not. My thing is there those kinds of show Friday after Friday after Friday after Friday after Friday, 52 Fridays out of every single year like there is in Mexico?
The problem is,
I've never seen it.
I'll tell you, but there's a reason why, and the reason is simple. We're all in America. Mexico's part of America. Canada, part of America. We're all on the same time zones. Mm-hmm. We see that content. The fact is, it's only been in the past few years where we've started to see stuff happening internationally in places like France with Tony Yoka, in places like England, and it's happening because of ESPN Plus in the Zone. There are fights taking place every week in the UK. Trust that. Pull up any boxing schedule in the UK. There's fights taking place from leisure centers to arenas to fucking stadiums.
Selling out?
Yeah.
Selling out?
Yeah, no, and I'm
for a fact that every weekend they're selling out whatever venue they throw.
Pre-COVID, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Then I guess, man, hey, listen, man. Last I checked, man, maybe we need to start here in America. We're doing it wrong, man. Pandering to the Mexican crowd, that's the biggest mistake.
Oh, like that's right. Like start saying you want to be British style or something. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're doing.
No, but the fact is, our world is based on stereotypes. People see Europeans as European bums and it's soft. And
you're saying that. I've never said that.
No, I don't see them as that.
No,
not as good as the Mexican
He
fighters.
said the world does, and it's true. A lot of the majority of the fans. So he's talking about the world, not us on the panel, and I agree with that. They sleep on those things, those other guys.
Hey guys, it's a great discussion. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
move on.
I just want to make this really, really clear. Okay,
the best debates we ever had on this show. This is probably one of the best debates we've had on this show.
I know that they're passionate in the UK. You don't have to tell me that. You're like, I see it. I've seen it. Okay, right? So they sing along while they do it in Mexico too. Like they sing Cerrito Lindo and all that good stuff. Okay, but wow, look at that.